Hello, I'm Kyere Boateng. You can call me Richie P for short. Have you realized that in our modern times, having the ability to process documents in a digitized way is very crucial when pursuing a cause or seeking employment? That is why you need a hands-on experience in Microsoft Word 2013. Microsoft Word 2013 is part of the Microsoft Office suite, which contains series of software ranging from Word, Excel, PowerPoint, Access, and others. Our tutorial seeks to target people who are new to the workflow of Microsoft Word 2013. In Lesson 1, we will touch on Microsoft Word 2013, the user interface and its workflow. Welcome to Lesson 1 of our study. I'm your instructor, Kyere Boateng. You can call me Richie P for short. At the end of our lesson, students or users of the application will be able to know the interface of Microsoft Word 2013 and also familiarized with the workflow of Word 2013. Sit down, relax as I walk you through the process. If you launch Microsoft Word 2013, the elongated bar at the top of the application is known as the title bar. The title bar contains the file name or the document name and the application that you are using. So if you take a critical look at our title bar, the file name is Documents1. By default, if you don't give any name to your documents, Word gives you Documents1 as the default name. Then we have Word. Word represents the application or the software that we are using. So we are using Microsoft Word 2013. That is why we have Word written here. This can be modified if we save our documents. We'll be learning how to save in our subsequent video. At the extreme right corner of the title bar is what we call the Windows controls. Windows controls help us to minimize, maximize, and close. The minimize button allows us to minimize a window that we are currently working on. Maximize button allows us to maximize a window after minimizing it or restore it to its former state. Then we have what we call the close button, allows us to close or exit Microsoft Word 2013. In the 2013 edition, we have other buttons. Up arrow allows us to hide the contents of the ribbon. Then we have the question mark. It represents the help button. It allows us to access online assistance and offline assistance in Microsoft Word 2013. At the extreme left corner is what we call the Quick Access Toolbar. The Quick Access Toolbar contains frequently used commands needed to perform a task. So if you are working in Microsoft Word 2013, a frequent command that you need is you have to save your documents, you have to undo. Undo means you step back. If you make a mistake, you can go back. Then you have to redo. Redo means revisit what you did. So you can step forward. So Quick Access Toolbar, if you click on the drop down arrow, it allows you to customize the Quick Access Toolbar. Customizing the Quick Access Toolbar means you are trying to modify the commands that is there. So we can decide to add open to our Quick Access Toolbar. By default, you have the save, the undo, and the redo button or commands. So if you click on open now to mark it, our open command will be there. Clicking on these commands can help you to perform a task such as opening an existing document on your hard drive. Below the title bar is what we call the tabs. Basically, the tabs are also parts of what we call the ribbon. The ribbon is the elongated rectangle below the tab. So if you click on a tab, the content of the ribbon appears. So let's say if you click on the Insert tab, the content that appears below is what you call the ribbon. So let's touch on the tabs. We have Home, Insert, Design, Page Layouts, References, Mailings, Review, and View. These tabs allows you to perform a specific task. So if you go to the Home tab, the Home tab, for instance, contains basic commands that you will need when you are creating a document or when you are typing. Basic commands like we have formatting, copying and pasting, paragraphing, setting the paragraph, the fonts, working on fonts, applying a style, and editing. Basically, that's what the Home tab do. When you click on the Home tab, the contents of the ribbon that displays are further divided into groups. So you can see the clipboard groups, the fonts groups, the paragraphs groups, the styles groups, and the editing groups. The groups are further divided into commands. So we can see paste command, format command, copy command, bolding command, alignment command, styling command, and a host of others. So if you go to the Insert tab, the Insert tab also allows us to bring external objects onto our working area or our page. And so with the Insert tab, we have various groups. You have the page groups. It allows you to work with your page. We have the tables groups, allows you to insert tables. Illustrations groups allows you to insert images, shapes, smart objects, etc. onto your page to make it more engaging. Then we have the apps groups, allows you to visit Microsoft Office online apps. We have the media group, allows you to insert media online. Links groups allows you to insert cross references and hyperlinks, which can help you navigate through your pages. Then we have comments, we have headers and footers, we have text group. Then we have symbols, etc., which allows you to insert our CD sign, dollar, pound sterling, and the rest. So, in short, the Insert tab allows us to insert external objects such as tables, images, and others. If you go to the Design tab, the Design tab also have two groups. We have the document formatting group, then we have the page background group. So the document formatting group allows you to set themes. You can also format the entire document. Then you can also change the page background. If you come to the page background group, you can also insert a watermark. For example, if a document is confidential, you can insert a watermark. You can also color the background of your page. You can give border lines to your page. If we navigate to the page layouts group, it also allows us to work on our page. For instance, we have the page setup group. It allows us to set specific page sizes. We can also set the orientation, whether we want landscape or portraits. We can also set the margins of the page. Then we can also set various columns. If you want to work on 2-column documents, you can do that. We can also set page breaks and others. Then paragraphs also allows us to work with paragraphs. And arrangement groups also allows us to arrange our objects in line with our text, whether we want our objects to be in front of our text or other objects to be on other objects. We can set that. Then if you move to references, references tab basically help us to work with our projects. If you look at the various groups, when it comes to the references, we have a table of contents group, which contains the table of contents command. When you click it and help you insert a table of content, which is basically an automatic table of content setting. You can update it when you make changes. You have footnotes. You can also set footnotes if you want to insert a footnote into your projects. Then you have citation and bibliography. A bibliography also allows you to work with your projects by setting APA styles or other styles that your project demands. Then we have captions. It also helps you to work with cross references, which allows you to easily get access to various references. Then we have a index. Index also allows you to insert an index on your page, which can help you navigate to other pages with ease. Then we have table of authority, which also play a vital role when you're doing a project. If you navigate to mailings tab basically help us to work with envelopes and documents. An institution wants to send a letter to stakeholders. Let's say a school wants to send a letter to the Parent Teachers Association or the PTA to invite them to come for a meeting. You can do that by creating what we call a mail merge. A mail merge allows you to send a single document to several people, which will allow you to customize each of them with ease. You can also create an envelope to several people, which will allow you to customize each of them with ease. So if you want to start mail merge, you can start mail merge. You can write and insert various fields such as box numbers, addresses, salutations. Then we can also preview the results. If it's okay, then you finish it. Finishing allows you to create individual documents or letters separately. Then we have what we call the review. The review allows you to take a second look at your documents or letter. Let's assume you have finished writing. You can check. We have what we call the proofreading group. The proofreading group contains various commands such as spelling and grammar checks. You can also refer to various words in the thesaurus. You can also know your word counts, etc. You can also translate languages if you wish to do that. You can create a new comment. If you send your project to a supervisor, you can create a comment on the project. Then you can also show comments, track changes. When the project comes back to you, you can track the various changes that you need to do. You can accept the changes or reject it. If you accept it, it becomes part of the document. Then if you reject it, that you are not going to accept the changes. Then we have the view tab. The view tab allows us to view our documents in various modes or various ways. We can have our documents viewed. That's how we have the view group. We have the show group. We have the zoom group. We have the windows group and macaroons. The view groups allows us to see our documents in a reading mode, which makes reading pleasurable. Then we can see our documents in a print mode, how our final documents, if print, will look like. Then we can see our documents in a web layout view. If you send our documents to the net, how it will look like. Then we can also have an outline mode. The outline, you can see the points being outlined there. Then draft gives you all of the basic content. At the show group, you can show roulets, you can show grid lines, you can show navigating pins, which can allow you to navigate through the content of your pages. Then we have the zoom. The zoom allows you to zoom in, zoom out, zoom to fit the width and the whole others. You can also view multiple pages. Then we can also switch windows. If you have several documents open, switch between it. You can split to see them. You can also switch the window. You can set macros so that automatically, if you want to perform a task, it can perform for you. And last but not least is the file menu. If you click on it, now it introduces a new window called the backstage view. The backstage view basically allows us to protect our documents. If you are on the info tab, if you go to the new tab, it allows us to create a new document. Go to the open tab, it allows us to open an existing document. The save button allows us to save our documents for the second time. That's saving our documents to automatically update the content. Then we have save as, which allows us to save our document by saving to a specific location. Then we have the print, which allows us to see the preview of our documents and set the various settings that we want to do if you want to print. Then you have the share. The share allows us to share our documents via email. Then we have the exports. The exports allows us to export our documents to various formats, which can further allows us to work on it with a different software. Then we have a close. Close help us to exit our document. Then we have the accounts. The accounts help us to sign in or log into Microsoft Office websites. Then we have the options. The options allows us to set or customize Word to our preference. Now let's see, if you come to the Home tab, below the ribbon is what we call the rulers. The rulers guides us when we are setting margins and when we are doing indentation and others. Then this rectangular area is the page or the working area. Anything that is outside the working area cannot be printed. So every design that you are making should be on the page, this rectangular area. Then below our page is what we call the status bar. The status bar tells us the status we find ourselves. It's located at the bottom of the window. And if you take a critical look at the extreme left corner of our status bar, we can see page 1 of 1 and word count of 0. Because we have created only one page and the entire document contains only one page. If the document contains several pages, like 20 pages, and we are currently on page 1, we'll see page 1 of 20. Then if we type a word, we'll see the word count changing. So let's generate some text on our page. Have you seen our flashing cursor? Our flashing cursor gives us opportunity to type. So we are going to issue a command in Microsoft Word called the run command, which allows us to generate text on our page. To do the run command, you type $, then you type run. You open your brackets, then you close your brackets. You press the enter key on the keyboard. It allows you to generate series of text. So now if you look at our page, we can see we have page 2 of 2. So we are on the second page now. Because we generated text, our document now has 2 pages and our word count is 239. That tells you that we have typed a lot of text. Then at the extreme right corner of the status bar, we have a zoom slider. We can zoom our documents by dragging the slider to the right to zoom in. If you drag it to the left, it will zoom out. We can also achieve the same effect by clicking on the plus sign to zoom in, the minus sign to zoom out. By default, it's at 100%. Then we also have the various reading modes. We have the print layout mode. Then we also have the web layouts mode. There are other tools that are hidden, especially the mini toolbar. The mini toolbar always surfaces or appears when you select a text or right click on a text. Right click on a text, the mini toolbar appears. If we select a text, the mini toolbar appears. We can bolden, make a text italics, we can underline, we can highlight it, we can also change the font color and even bullet it and apply styles. We can also format it by applying other attributes or styles from another text. Aside that, you can change the boldness of a text, you can change the text color, we can underline a text. All this can be done by using what we call the Home tab. So if you go to the insert, we can insert a picture. Or we can insert a picture. When you insert a picture, there are other tabs that appears. That tab, it is known as contextual tab. It only appears when it's needed. so it can further helps you to manipulate the image. We'll be doing that in our subsequent lessons. This lesson is just to give you a general overview about the interface and the workflow. So if you go to design, if you press Ctrl A, we can select one of the document formats. It can allow us to change the way our formatting looks like. We can also change the theme. By coming here, our theme can be changed. By default, it's on the office theme. So let's assume we take the integral theme. We can also add a watermark. We have several watermarks. We have confidential. You can also set your own by coming to customizing watermark. So let's assume you can have a confidential. Have you seen our confidential has been applied to our document? If you deselect it, you can see it's there. Then you can change our page borders and our page color. Our page borders can be changed. Our page color can also be changed. This is basically to give you a general overview of Microsoft Word 2013. After that, you can further proceed to the File tab, then click on Save As and be saved to a specific location of your choice. We'll be learning that in our subsequent video. So basically, that's the general overview of the interface. Thank you for watching and listening. You can subscribe to our channel by clicking the link below. Subscribers get the opportunity of receiving a link of our new lessons in their mailbox.